We have some great talent in Santa Clarita. We talk a lot about the schools and the kinds of things that they can create here, and the people that are here. It's a very talented city that we come in, and we're very fortunate that there are so many people that have grown up in Santa Clarita that have gone on to do things on the national and international stage, and one of which is Derek Liu from Valencia High School. And before we get to Derek, let's show a little sample of a sold-out show in Utah not too long ago. Welcome to the program, and congratulations on your success.
Thank you very much.
You graduated from Valencia High School 2011? 2010?
Yeah.
Very good. So you're not that far out of Valencia High School.
No, but most of my peers have already graduated college, which kind of, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm really that old?
But
you're selling out shows.
Exactly.
You're doing a lot in that short time.
Now, Derek, the background and the things that you've had to overcome are quite remarkable. Growing up here, awesome town. It wasn't necessarily that awesome at a time for you. Can you kind of give us a little bit about what was going on in your life, the things that you had to overcome to get to where you are now?
Absolutely. First, it started off, I was a normal high school kid, having fun, getting introduced into sports. I love football. That was like my passion, my life. Like, that kept me clean for those 4 years, And then, you get to junior, senior year, you're kind of big man on campus. I'm going to start drinking a little, partying, smoking. And I thought, being invincible, I'm a football player, can't nothing happen to me. I started smoking in the parking lot, the staff parking lot, get expelled. My senior year, football, miss out on that opportunity. And it all just kind of started. This is a downward spiral since then. It's, you lose something you're so passionate about. You're like, am I ever going to find something that I love like that much again? So it started, the pot turned to more partying. Then eventually, I was like, oh, I'm going to go to school in Santa Barbara, which is just totally not a party school. Like, they just keep it so clean out in Santa Barbara.
Wow.
Everyone is great out there, you know what I'm saying? They're focused on academics and everything out there. So I go out there, I get introduced into, the cocaine and the they call them uppers, which is like ecstasy and like all that kind of stuff.
And is it really just like that readily available?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty easy. I mean, because, you got some kids are having their parents pay for their schooling and their housing, you know what I'm saying? Then there's some kids that get the school grants but want some extra money on the side, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to sell some pot, or I'm going to sell some cocaine, or, I'm going to try and do whatever I can to just have a little side money and be able to party for free and do the drugs for free. That's pretty much what it is. And then, this one thing leads to another, then what really actually the turning point where I went from uppers to downers, which is like pain pills, Xanax, all that, I hurt my back playing football out there, and like really bad. It was like a tendon or like a muscle pulled or something. And I go to a doctor, and he's a pretty carefree doctor. He's like, here goes this amount of Norcos and this amount of Somas. Take one of these with one of these, and me being me, I'm gonna take 2 of these with 2 of these. Wow. And then it turned into 3 to 4 to 5, and then you build a tolerance. Then it goes to the Percocets, then to the Roxys, then to the Oxycontin. Then eventually they call it being dope sick, where if you don't have it, you feel the chills, you're throwing up, you can't eat. So then a friend brings to me, he's like, I have some black tar, heroin. Do you want to do it with me? I'm like, sure, I'll smoke it. We smoke it off the foil, That happened a couple more times. Then eventually he's like, I don't smoke my stuff, I shoot it, I bang it. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I'm cool on that. An hour goes by, I'm so dope sick, I think I'm gonna do it. And then it was off after that, and then it's just no coming back. Because once you have that, there's no other feeling. You know what I'm saying? But there is hope. Don't get wrong. There is hope. You can always come back, and the journey from getting clean till now was not easy. It was very tough.
Do you still have that urge, or does it completely go away?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't lie to you and be like, oh no, I don't think about it ever. What you think about is you think about the feeling, and then immediately after you think about all the things that happened. You know what I'm saying? My uncle dying, one of my best friends dying, seeing him actually physically dead in the room, and me trying to revive him, where my life was, trying to kill myself, like the suicide attempts, and that flashes through, and it's like, the feeling is not that important.
So you've mentioned the suicide attempts. Do you feel that was something that was in you mentally, or was it definitely drug-related, drug-induced?
Both. It was both, because you have the drugs that are, you know, taking that what is it, normal, I guess that normal, you know, your normal train of thought where you like are stronger than this, I'm better than this, I can make it through this, and then you add the drugs in, then you add the people you're around, and then you add the people that were supporting you. I'm here for you, I'll be here for you no matter what. I got your back. And then when you need them, they're MIA, like, oh, we don't want it. Derek's a drug addict. We don't want anything to do with Derek. So that hurts even more. You're like, man, I thought you cared about me. So then it's just a combination of all of that, and then, you know, a certain event, and all it takes is one big event to just trigger it all and be like, why? Why am I here? I'm not doing anything. I'm not productive to society or anything. Like, what do I need to be here for? And it's just, it's a dark place.
Before we get into how things turned around and your career now, can you give us an idea of the drug use in Santa Clarita? Because we hear some people go, it's awesome town, it's wonderful, how can you possibly do that? All these kids have got money, they've got, you know, a good life, no one wants to do that. That all happens down in Los Angeles or someplace else. What's the reality for all of us to know?
That's, you just hit on it, you know what I'm saying? We have a good life, we all have a lot of money, and we have free time. I'm bored. What else am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna try these little drugs. We're gonna go to this house party. There's not much to do around here, you know? I mean, there is things to do around here, but it's not cool. Like, I can't get all my friends to go. And once you start, we're creatures of habit. Once you become doing something out of habit, partying, drinking, drugs, it becomes more of not needing it, but wanting to do it to have a good time. And, you know, parents, here's 20 for lunch, here's 40 for this, here's some gas money. Okay, I'm gonna put 5 in the gas tank. I'm gonna use this 25 to go and get my drugs. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of it is, and most of the time, parents and people know what's going on. They like to sweep it under the rug to keep the name. You want to keep the legacy, Awesome Town. You want to keep it awesome. You don't want to put that at the forefront. And that's one of the things one of the main steps in AA and NA is admitting you have a problem, admitting there is a problem, and then you can continue from there.
Now, I as a parent, say I see the signs, I find something in their room or whatever, having been a teenager that went through this, what would work as a parent to head it off, to stop it? But what do you do? Because you confront them, they're like, I'm not. You know, what do you do as a parent?
It is very tough, because I remember when I was going through it, it's like, you don't know anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I'm doing. I don't have a problem. The main thing I can tell as a parent, keep trying to address it, show support, show love, because when if you are a drug addict or get deeper into it, the one main feeling that all drug addicts share, people that do drugs, they're alone. Nobody understands what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even do drugs. How can you tell me what you know I'm going through? So that's one of the main things, is to just always support. Always tell them, if you need help, we'll get you help. Every path is different.
Do you think they should force the help? I mean, I know that I personally would like grab my child and take them right into rehab and be like, you're there.
Yeah, and I mean,
is that the right thing?
If that works for your family and works, and you know what I'm saying, is that's my parental guidelines, this is how I feel I should do it, then by all means, more power to you. There is no answer. There's no book to it.
It's for each individual
to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary. It's really scary as a parent.
It is.
And even, you know, Chris is older, but still, it's a reality that it's out there and it's so available. And it's really horrifying, and I'm glad that you're here to share this and maybe even wake up some parents that might be seeing, and also, more importantly, any young children that might be watching and say, okay, there is help.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the positive stuff.
Positive.
Yeah, you're a rap star. How did that happen?
It was crazy. You want to be independent. Excuse me, when you get older, you want to be like more independent, like, I'm gonna go live in LA and I want to be an actor. First, I wanted to be an actor. I wanted, because what I really wanted to do is I wanted to have a voice, because I wanted to be the light of hope for people, and I wanted to get my voice on a bigger scale so I can help millions and hundreds of thousands of millions of people at a time, you know? So that was my main goal, is like, I'm gonna be this big actor, and then when they ask me all these questions in press conferences, I can tell them my story, and like, you know, that was my main goal, and music was just a hobby. I always loved music. I would memorize verses and grab the hairbrush and rap them in the mirror and stuff.
I used to do the hairbrush thing too, yeah.
You just
I'm with you.
act like you're performing, hit the moves on where the snare.
You were
claps
doing
and
Madonna.
stuff.
I don't think he's doing Madonna though. That's a big difference. Let's be
I got a
clear.
little NWA going. Come on now.
Okay, that's an attitude. Okay. Yeah, and so eventually I was out there with my friend Kevin, and I knew him from Santa Barbara, and like I got a lot of love for Kevin because we went through a lot of the same stuff together, and we both grew from this situation. There's a lot of our friends from Santa Barbara that all fell by the wayside, just fell into the blender, and just nothing came of it. But we grew from it. He got a clothing line now, and I'm doing the music thing. And he actually introduced me to Mark Battles, who is now my CEO, the other artist on Fly America, and the person who signed me. And
I want to bring that up because Fly America, your record label, one of the things that is paramount for this label, and it's almost a paradox, a juxtaposition of the world you're in, the rap world. Fly America is drug-free, and it is paramount. Number one, we are not about that, and all artists on this label are not going to be involved in drugs.
Absolutely.
So does that mean that there is a message that you guys have? Your story is incredible. Is that the message that you're trying to bring to a mass audience that, look, this drug world is not the right place to be?
Absolutely. That's my main message is really it's that is it, like learn from my mistakes. If I can be anything but hope, I want to be that hope for you. That if you're in that world, I want you to know that you can be positive, keep positive thoughts, work hard, and you can do something that you love. Everybody has genius level potentials. You just have to find what you're good at, harness that, and then go get it. And it's hard work. It's going to be hard work. There's going to be a lot of doors that shut in your face, a lot of people that tell you no, make fun of you, your friends. You're going to lose friends. That's the first thing that I realized is I lost all my friends, and I gained great new ones, the people that really care about me. And so that's the main message that I want to preach is, you know what I'm saying, there is hope. And I'm not, because, people in that position, kids, they don't like to be told what to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't like to don't do this, don't do that, do like me. I just wanted to have my message out there. This is my opinion on the situation. Here's my outlook on life. And if you connect with it, right on, let's rock out, let's do our thing. But if not, then you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna not like you. If you show up at my show and you're smoking, go ahead, let's smoke, let's do your thing, do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? But just know that where I stand on that point of view. So that's
And one last thing real quick, and you had mentioned, we were talking back in the office before the show started today, and you had said there is a great misnomer. That you always hear that marijuana, smoking pot, is the gateway drug.
Yes.
And you had a very good comment about that. Well, tell us again what you had said.
I might get a little backlash from my little pot smokers, but it doesn't, they don't say like, oh, pot, it's gonna make you do drugs later. It just takes the fear away. It takes the fear away because you hear it's bad for you, don't do it. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't do it. And then when you do it and you're like, it's not that bad, you know what I'm saying? Or like that's how you feel, you're like, it's kind of not that bad. Then a line of coke gets put out in front of you and then, I'm scared, I've never done it before. Then you do it and you're like, it's not that bad. I kind of,
It's not what your parents have been telling you that it is.
The whole time. Yeah, but,
exactly.
But the pot is what, it opens that door for you to experiment with new things, because in the back of your mind, what you're telling yourself is, well, I tried pot and it didn't do anything. It didn't kill me. Nothing really happened, you know what I'm saying? And I got over that fear of it. So, I mean, why not go into these other...
And I always say, if you don't try it, you'll never get addicted.
Exactly. That is 100% true.
And it's hard to say no. But
I think what Derek just said about how it takes the fear away of being able to go on to something else, and that was remarkable. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
On being here and being able to entertain us and being able to have the career you have.
Thank you.
I'm so happy you're here.
Really great. I am so excited for you. Great job.
Thank you very much.
Great job.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dad's proud.
Derek
Very
Liu.
blessed.